Hi, I'm Tony Perry, and welcome to another installment of Meet the Candidate here on Crossville News First. Today we're talking with Kevin Music. Kevin is a candidate for Cumberland County Road Superintendent. He's running in the May 6th Republican primary. Kevin, welcome to Crossville News First. Give us a little bit of background on yourself.
I was born in Dayton, Ohio. My mother and father was visiting during that time, and I just happened to decide to come out then, but I've lived here in Cumberland County my whole life. I've raised in the Vandiver community, raised on a little old farm down there, raised up to know what hard work was all about, and know that prep work for the farming, for the hay, and you always got to have your prep work, so I know the importance of a hard working day.
Who's your folks?
My mother is Margaret Music, and I'm the son of the late Vernon D. Music.
Where'd you go to school?
Started elementary school in the Homestead community before the South School was ever built, and then I moved to South School when the first year it was open, and graduated Cumberland County High School.
What did you do after school?
I started to work for the Cumberland County Road Department. Actually, I started the County Road Department 2 years of my high school years. I worked as a summer program for the County Road Department. We back then they had the summer program where you could come, and I worked and followed a grader. My grandpa used to run the grader for the County Road Department, and my first job was to follow him with a shovel, and I picked up rocks and cleaned out culverts behind the grader.
How long did you do that?
I'd done that till I graduated high school. Well, I actually worked the night shift at the county quarry. Back then they had a night watchman. And my senior year, I night watched my whole senior year and went to school and night watched at the county quarry. And when I graduated high school, I continued my career at the Cumberland County Road Department. And I worked there I've got almost 11 years in at the County Road Department.
What did you do after that?
Actually, I took time off during the election because of the Van was my uncle at that time, and I got out of the politics a little bit of the election, and I worked around on a farm a while and I drove a truck for Brewer Brothers Logging during that time before I started work at the city of Crossville. There's about a year or something in between right there but then I actually went to work for the city of Crossville then.
So is that where you work currently?
That's where I work now. I work for the street department at the city of Crossville.
How long have you been doing?
I've been there I'm going on 14 years now, and the last 7 years there I've been the crew leader and the heavy equipment operator.
So what compelled you to want to run for road superintendent?
I've just kind of been in it since high school. I've seen some of the good things that's happened to the roads. I've seen the bad things that's happened to the roads. And I think it's time for me to step up now and try some of my ideas and my experience to push the county into continuing to better the county roads.
So what are some of your ideas?
I'd like to see a little better quality as far as your ditching. You know, I'm a strong believer that if you go and pull a ditch, you need to pull it back out in the road, load it up, haul it out, make it look good also. You know, you've got to prevent the water damage to your roads. So if you've got good ditches, number one, if you can't get the water off the road, you're not going to have a good road. The water has to get off the road to the ditches. To do that, I'd like to go to a little better quality on your patching roads at the city. If we patch a road at the city, we use a roller to roll it in where it won't pick out and carry off. A lot of your patching holes, most of it's carried off. It's beat off and carried out. So if you can roll it in there, you can. It'll stay longer. A little better quality on your tar and chip roads. You know, we need to spend a little time shaping the roads, getting them ready before you try your tar and chip, and then put the right amount on it. Your mowing and stuff, I would like to go to a lot of problems I see in the county for your mowing is your intersections. I would like to set up a one mower that you could travel to each community, say a week at a time. Just hit your intersections, clean your intersections up where you can see, because that's a real big hazard. I'd like to do your signage and stuff, and I know it costs a lot, and I know that there's only so much you can do, but hold your work up to a good quality. Hold it up to the state aid projects that you get. You know, we talk about state aid projects. Well, if you've got to hold them to a certain standards, why can't we hold our own men to the same standards when you go do a job? You know, you shouldn't be lenient on the guys that work for you. You should hold them to the same standards. You do the job right, you don't have to come back to it next year.
So is this the first time you've run for the office of road superintendent?
This is the first time I've run for road superintendent. If you'd asked me in January if I was running, I'd have told you no, but I've always had the idea I would run. I didn't know what the time would be, but as I studied through in February, I decided now was the time. And I'm not running because of somebody that ain't doing their job, or I'm not running because I dislike somebody. I'm running because I feel like it's time for me to step up.
What skills or talents do you think you possess that you can bring to the table to serve as a Cumberland County road superintendent?
Well, Tony, I think that with me starting, like I said, in 1986 or a little before, for my summer months, I started on the bottom, and I've had to work my way up. I've learned from the bottom, from your basin, from your basic ditch pulling. I've done all aspects. Anything over at the county road department or the city, I am capable and I feel comfortable that I can take anything that is thrown at me because I have worked from the bottom up. I've run the equipment. I have drove the trucks. I've patched the holes. Even to now, I even make the decision. I get to, with the respect to Joe Miller, I get to make a lot of the decisions in the budgeting, the equipment, and the manpower to make some of the decisions to move forward with.
All right, Kevin, as we finish up our interview here, what one message would you like to leave with the voters who are watching?
Yeah, Tony, I would like to stress to a lot of to all the county employees, you know, there's always a chance when another elected official comes in. You know, you've always got to worry, well, am I going to have my job when the new administration takes over, or will I have to move on? And I want to say that all the men will have the option. If you'll work, you can work for me, because I'm not a hard feller to get along with, and I'm not a hard feller to work for. I won't ask you to do nothing that I've not already done or wouldn't do myself. So I'd like to say that everybody will have a chance to continue working for the Cumberland County Road Department, and I look forward to taking that move and going forward with it. One other thing I'd like to say, and I would like to try my best to do, is be able to work with the city and the state. And I have the connections with both city and the state in order to bond a little more better and a little closer to, so we'll all have a little better service, maybe be able to let the citizens know more about what's going on by communicating more. So,
all right. Thanks a lot for stopping by and chatting with us.
Tony, I'd like to thank you, and the last thing I would like to ask, I'd like to ask each and every one to consider your candidates. Don't take our word for it. Actually study, look at our qualifications, and see if we can back up what we say, because we can sit up here and tell you anything, and unless you ask about it or search it, you're not going to know if we're telling the truth or not. So I'd like to ask you for your vote and your support at this time, and thank you.
Kevin Music, candidate for Cumberland County Road Superintendent in the May 6th Republican primary. I'm Tony Perry. Thanks for watching Meet the Candidate on Crossville News First.